We are missing half of the normal people.
Get prepared for the best fucking episode of your life. It's three of us. We're all half tired.
Three of us.
That's an understatement.
Exhausted. All right, fellas, what are y'all bringing to the table this time?
I'm
bringing myself because I wasn't here the past 3 episodes.
Yes, that is true. No. Why have you not been here the past couple episodes?
So the past 3 weeks, I found out about my great-grandfather. So I traveled to Argentina because my ancestry is very Germanic in nature. So I went to Argentina because apparently that's where my great-granddad was. So I was seeing where that led me to, and I couldn't find him.
Well, you know what you think of when you think of Argentinians that are white.
That's
correct. He was a good artist, though.
They are great people.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, my great.
What has Argentina even done in the modern world?
Let me look up how Argentina's doing nowadays.
Probably bad, because it's already a place no one cares about.
Don't they play like soccer?
I don't fucking know. It's like the Greece of the Western world, Eastern world. Where's Argentina?
In Latin America.
By Brazil.
Yeah, the Greece of the Western world.
I don't know what it does. It just told me that it has a gross domestic product of GDP of 490 billion. Argentina is one of the largest economies in Latin America.
This is what we're going to be talking about tonight, by the way. World economics.
The economics of Argentina.
We're going to have a test on this.
People also ask, according to Google, is Argentina safe to visit now?
No! It's in South America! It was never safe to visit!
Don't go to South America for anything.
There's no reason to go down there.
Good.
Anything you can find down there, you can find in civilized land, okay?
Is Argentina a country?
No, it's a death trap.
Is Argentina a third world country?
Yes. That's why it's a death trap.
Is Argentina a developed country?
No.
It's oh man.
See, question 2.
Question 2: is Argentina going through an economic crisis?
Yes. It is in South America.
Why is Argentina inflation so high?
Because it's in South America. Remember when, like, Call of Duty Ghosts said that South America would coalesce into, like, one big world power?
Alright, fellas, pack your bags. We're all moving to Bolivia.
Fuck no.
The poorest South American country.
Christ, they had to fight hard for that position.
Fight hard for that one.
If somehow you managed to beat out Venezuela, good job. How? How did you beat Venezuela?
Oh, well, Venezuela technically, because it's an oil-producing country, is not that poor, quote-unquote. It's just that their inflation is laughably high.
Laughably. I think it's disturbingly high.
Oh, I looked up Venezuela just to see what the questions are for that one. Can U.S. citizens go to Venezuela? U.S. citizens must obtain a visa to enter Venezuela legally. Visas are not available upon arrival. U.S. citizens attempting to enter Venezuela without a visa have been charged with terrorism. What the fuck? Sorry. All right. Funny start with South American countries. Ooh.
Yeah, what a start.
We are connected, one and the same. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right, do we have any less depressing things to talk about than South America?
Ooh, I have an important topic. One that's kind of funny. So the U.S. Congress basically interrogated the CEO of TikTok, and it just showed more than ever that the U.S. legal system is a fucking clown show. Because
absolutely.
Does your TikTok connect to the Wi-Fi? Yes, it does. You're fucking awful! Data mining! He might as well have just called him a.
Connected.
He might as well have just called him a racial slur.
It's because the issue with America is a lot of political institutions are still held by like 7-year-old boomers that don't know how real life works.
They're ran by fucking dinosaurs.
That don't know nothing about anything.
There was a hold on. I'm gonna pull up a video. I'm gonna screen share real quick.
I think that every 10 years, every politician that is holding political power of any kind should get into just one big arena and fight each other in blood sport.
I'd pay to see that.
Whoever wins gets to keep their office.
Anyway, so basically, one of the big ticket issues was that it's just a bunch of dinosaurs telling the CEO how his shits ran. And it was quite embarrassing, I'm gonna be honest.
Because these people don't know nothing about nothing.
I think that if you invest in dinosaurs, you're gonna get dinosaur ideology.
Instead, you should invest in apples.
Invest in Apple.
No, not Apple. Apples.
Apples.
Yes.
Apples.
Apples are good for
It's
you.
a stable market.
Everybody likes apples.
Yeah, they make great iPhones.
No, they make great apples.
Oh,
They make good apples.
of course.
Apples. Hold on real
What has
quick.
even happened recently to talk about? We've covered, like, already the big ticket thing that's happened.
Resident Evil 4 remake.
I haven't fucking seen anything about it.
I haven't seen anything about it either. I expect
It
it to be.
released!
I expect it to be
released.
as good as the others, but also at the same time, they're just remakes. So it's nothing new.
Yeah. He still makes puns.
Okay,
Still
good.
makes
That's
puns.
important.
I
That
want to
makes
see
it
a.
a 10 out of 10.
I just want to see a remake of Resident Evil 5 where Chris Redfield is punching that boulder, really
Oh,
giving
that
it
has
the
to happen.
really giving it the suplex.
I find
mean-
it funny now that Capcom is remaking games that have come out within the past, like the past, I guess, century.
Yeah.
So, how long until this catches up? Are we going to see a remake of Resident Evil 6 in, like, 2030?
We're gonna
Probably
see
even
a
sooner than that.
We're going to
gonna
see a remake of Resident Evil
Resident-
7 in 2040.
Yeah.
we're seeing
So
remake
Capcom-
after remake.
This is a fucking Ouroboros of a franchise. What are you doing?
They're gonna remake the remake eventually.
Yeah. I think, honestly,
hasn't
if Capcom are going to remake Resident Evil games, they should remake really some of the more obscure ones. Like fucking
Dino Crisis
Code
2.
Veronica or Survivor. There are tons of Resident Evil games people don't know about. Just remake them.
You know what they should remake?
Well,
Dino Crisis.
Has Dino
It was made-
Crisis been relevant in the past 20 years?
Funnily enough, Capcom announced, oh hey, we're gonna remake Dino Crisis. They
For
said
real?
it very quiet, they were like, oh yeah, we'll remake it, but
'Cause, I mean,
only if it gets
Dino-
enough attention. And since they didn't properly announce it, it didn't get enough attention. So well, no one gave it enough attention. We won't remake it then.
To be fair, at this point, I don't think many people would want Dino Crisis remake, because, like,
I would.
are people... I mean, you would, obviously, but, like, the majority, it's like, Dino Crisis, even at the time it was out, never came close to being as popular as Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
It's still played second fiddle, and I think even nowadays, especially, considering there hasn't been any interest in that franchise, basically whatsoever, it just wouldn't make sense to do it.
That's very depressing because it was a good game.
I
I
don't
mean, yeah,
I don't know too much about this subject.
Okay, so
it happens all
Dino
the time.
Crisis.
There are tons of
Imagine-
good games that don't get remakes they deserve.
Yeah. So
Isn't-
Dino Crisis, do you know what it is?
I know what Dino Crisis is.
I do not know what Dino Crisis is.
I mean, to
Ima-
put it in simple terms for you, imagine Resident Evil, but instead of zombies and bioweapons, it's dinosaurs.
And
That
time
sounds.
travel.
It sounds like the kid who wore socks and those. What were those fucking shoes? They were like. Fuck. I don't know how to describe them.
What do you
Wheelies.
mean socks?
So okay, no, they were shoes. They were like Crocs, but not. Oh, I'm gonna fucking.
What?
No, they weren't even that. They were supposed to be for outdoor use, but they had like the Velcro strap. I don't know. There's a type of just like sweaty kid who liked dinosaurs, but he was kind of weird. Yeah, I just imagine that kid is the one that played that kind of game.
It's not nice. I was that kid.
Like they wore the camouflage to like recess. Like Jurassic Park. No, I was never really big into dinosaurs. I don't know. I guess I had a lot of other. I've always been that thing. Thank you, Jacob. It's like that.
I literally looked up shoes with Falco straps, dinosaurs, and that came up.
Oh, it's so funny. Don't get me wrong, though the dinosaurs can be cool. I just don't. I don't personally like them. I think that they're. I'm a square. No, I liked the sci-fi aspects of the movie, but I didn't really like the dinosaur parts because they kept trying to give them a human personality instead of making them just animals. Like, okay, I guess I'm talking more about the newer ones. They're just giving all of them like
because
people
to make
traits,
them marketable,
not animal traits. That why would I want something that's just purely made for market profit?
Movie CEO.
No passion.
You're a consumer.
No passion. Well, I don't like Jurassic World that much. I saw the new one, and I'm not gonna lie, I liked the newest one more than the other two. I kind of thought that the second Jurassic World movie was kind of bad. And then the first one was just like, we built this dangerous fucking monster. And they're like, why? And he's like,
we made this dinosaur that can cloak. Why? Because it's cool.
We made this dinosaur that can... And then...
Because it makes his money.
Yeah, it's so fucking bad. Oh... Yeah, I'm thinking about it now. It fucking hurts. What? People will pay millions to come see this thing. They'll pay millions just to come there in the first place. Like, you're not convincing like Betty Sue and her like 60-year-old husband.
It's such a
family
shitty
of 5.
It's like, because people aren't gonna like care about dinosaurs in the few years. What are you talking about? Dinosaurs are always going to be interesting, you dumbass.
This is how. I don't know. It's that's the whole point of the movie series, though, because they tried it so many times.
That's an idea. Give up. Stop doing it.
Here's an idea. Maybe you have full reign over their genetics, right? You literally can control everything. Why not just make them docile? Like, not want to do anything. Why do you got to make them proactively want to hunt? Why not just make them want to like store as much energy or whatever?
We started talking
Give them like a
South America, and now we've arrived at Jurassic Park. That's true.
There is no difference. No difference. You go to South America, it is fucking Jurassic World down there. You have mosquitoes the size of basketball players, alright?
You got one guy in like a fucking shirt just holding their hands up to some people going like, no, calm down.
You want to talk about Brazil?
No thanks. I'm quite happy.
You are going to Brazil.
They are India of the Americas. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you guys are lovely people, all of you. But
He's lying.
I'm just the funny thing is that South America, their bugs are huge.
Give you all sorts of diseases.
That like fucking. Why would you live down there?
The inflation.
I don't know.
Inflation. Man, when I looked up inflation porn,
all right,
shit got whacked.
we should divert this back.
They bought me a ticket to Venezuela. They said the inflation there is beyond.
Do you think there's like a bunch of like furries in Venezuela?
No.
Venezuelan furries.
They would be hunted and killed.
I imagine.
Also, with Venezuelan
inflation.
with Venezuelan fun bucks, your ass could not afford a fursuit or a commission.
Imagine.
I feel like this is the 5th episode, by the way, where we've talked about furries.
We talk about.
Why does this keep cropping up?
We could also bring up Chris Chan, but
no.
Nah.
What else is there to say there?
Is Chris Chan a furry?
No.
No.
Oh wait.
No, he's not a furry, but he is.
He's just autistic.
He is an MLP enthusiast. Which, take that as you will. I'm not gonna jump on you for hobbies, but I will say that fucking your mom probably shouldn't be one of them. All right.
Just saying.
Just saying. Goes without saying.
You know, try something else, like maybe read a book. Plant a tree.
You know, I'm kind of saddened that Chris did that recently, because I would have loved to get him on this podcast before that whole event.
Fucking happen.
No, it would have. Because at the time, I could have paid big money for him to come up here.
Well, what's like a YouTuber or internet personality you'd like to just talk to?
I don't know.
Chris
I
Chan.
don't.
Aside from Chris Chan.
Fuck, I don't know. I guess anybody.
Anybody? Because
Like-
you're a clout chaser?
Not a clout chaser. No, then I'd be going for big ticket names. I don't know. I guess just somebody who has a much bigger audience, because I think that'd be neat to see their experience.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, hands and knees crawling up to my doorstep, begging to be on my podcast.
Please.
Yeah.
He's like throwing money at my door in bricks, like like begging. No, that shit ain't ever gonna happen. I ain't ever gonna talk to Mr. Beast. It's just a matter of it's just a fact. Like, that man's got way more important things going on.
Like feeding homeless children, and people will get upset at him.
I was just gonna mention that he's fighting off the Twitter horde for being mad at him for curing blindness.
Twice, by the way, he's doing it twice.
He was
recently he bought a bunch of shoes for kids in Africa, and people were like,
yeah, I saw that exact bullshit. Made me so mad. This man is literally out here being a charity, and everybody's just screaming at him for not defeating capitalism or whatever. Shut up. He's actually doing more good than you just sitting there on your fucking your phone and mouth breathing issues. I hate it. I hate it when people do good things. I hate it when people scream at people for doing something.
Regardless of the reason, we should still celebrate them for doing something good. It does not matter if it is for engagement or views. They are still, at the end of the day, doing something good.
But he films them for content. I don't fucking care. It makes him more money to do more of it.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, hand on heart, I've seen people who I do not like, just like straight up do not like them. They've done stuff, they've given to charity. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Still not like them, but I'm not going to shit on them for doing good.
I don't like them as a person, but I like their actions.
Yeah,
that's the kind of attitude. I hate it when people look at good deeds and go, well, they're just a shitty person, so meh. Like, who fucking? They literally donated millions to fucking charity. All right, to good ones too.
Doesn't matter.
Not the corrupt ones. They themselves bought these things for these people. They didn't go through like some fucking like dark market scheme. You know those charities that just like pocket everything? I fucking hate those shits too, because they prey on people's goodwill. Like, as I'm, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to be controversial. I just hate it when certain charities and people can guess which ones.
You don't want to be controversial. We started off this episode by saying South America as a whole is a shithole.
It's generally accepted.
That's not controversial, though.
It's not controversial.
That's true.
I'm actually gonna check our analytics real quick to see if I need to make a big apology video or if I.
Hello, Brazilian overlords.
Hello, Brazilian overlords.
It was just a joke, man. The inflation ain't that bad.
We know you're not furries.
Venezuela superpower by 2030.
Remember the
India will be a superpower by
India
2020.
will be. Yeah.
Any day now.
Man,
I'm still waiting.
I'm not gonna lie. Me and Max had went to a couple India marts around here, and they're actually not bad. The one we went to, I will say though, grabbing things with your hands kind of grosses me out. Because they had
What?
no, like
What?
hold on,
When you grab things
like
with your hands?
no, hold on. Let me
You
explain.
fucking spurn the gift God gave you.
Okay, when you have, let's say you've made chicken and curry chicken. Are you gonna dip your hands into the plate or the bowl and just get your hands all saucy and eat it like that?
Yes. I have
Yes.
butter chicken with naan bread right here. I do it all the time. It's fucking delicious.
Okay. Well, when I'm at when I'm not a restaurant, when I'm at a store, I don't want to do that. Okay? I don't want to do that. I would rather there be a ladle or something so that I could just put it in the little package to buy it. I don't want to have to stick my hand in there and just use my hand as a ladle
Don't be a pussy.
where other people's hands have been.
Don't be a pussy.
Your hand sweat adds extra flavor.
My apologies. My bigoted views shall not be tolerated on this podcast.
Exactly.
Math can berate me next episode.
Calling Venezuela a shithole, that's okay. You don't want to use your hands to go in the communal potluck? That's where I draw the line.
Oh, hey, 1% of our viewers are from Chile and 1% are from Spain.
Hey! Your countries
so
are
sorry.
also shitholes. Ha!
No, Spain's cool.
Spain, I fucking hate hearing about Spain, because it is the only fucking place gormless fuckheads in this country go for holiday. Go somewhere else! What the fuck is in Spain?
Culture.
You find culture anywhere else. It's either Spain or Turkey. Those are the only two fucking places people go on holiday.
No way people go to Turkey for holiday.
No,
That's a fucking
real,
shithole.
real. I've had 3 people in my extended family go to Turkey on holiday.
That just sounds awful.
I know.
Get robbed simulator. Sorry, but we're being real controversial today.
Anywhere that is not in the Western world, get fucked. We hate you.
I guess that's what happens when you have a Brit, a fat American, and a peak performance New Zealander.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise known as minus 20% anywhere else.
No.
Not even Australia. Not even the popular place.
Yeah, why couldn't you just be in Australia?
You basically got the same, same credentials. Inbred, 4th generation prisoner.
Well, we're different. See?
Yeah, you
I
have fucking habitable land.
Yeah, you guys have actual habitable land and you guys have cool relations with your natives.
You also got tourism
Exactly.
on your side because Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, yeah. The only issue is the housing market is shit.
That's
It's like $1 million bucks for like a house.
I just imagine any any island is going to have that problem. Looking at you, Sam.
Can you not dox me, please?
We use our real names here.
I don't.
We've called you this.
Like
we've called you this like 2 episodes in a row, and you always say, "Don't dox me," even though it's not doxing you.
Why don't you just fucking tell them my address? Ugh.
What's your address?
I did that one time. I think you were there for it on the other server where I just showed people my house on Google Street View.
No, I have
Okay,
not.
yeah, I did that. I basically doxed myself because somebody talked shit about my front lawn. That was funny.
Because I doxed myself because somebody talked shit about my front lawn. Oh, that's pretty funny. No, I will never say my address. The closest you can say is that I live in the same place that Boogie lived in for so long.
I mean,
cool.
Boogie kind of encompasses a lot of areas at once, because,
No, I know that you live relatively close to another person on our Discord.
Who, me?
Yeah,
No, I fucking don't.
Fuzzy.
No!
Relatively
I'm probably
close.
yeah, okay, sure, but I'm still probably like half the country away from him.
Okay, but the country is Britain.
Still!
How big is Britain's what? Like a quarter of the size of Texas?
You can like walk from one side to the other in like a day.
No, you fucking couldn't.
Sure you could.
I'm gonna look up how
oh.
big Britain is.
I could talk about the time I went to London once, like 10 years ago.
How was that?
It was the worst fucking experience of my life. I hate cities so goddamn much. We went by train. We went by train. We were pretty alright going there, but when we came back, we were in like fucking second class. There was a door opening and closing the whole time. It was cramped. Fucking sucked. London also just sucks. Don't ever fucking go to London. It is not worth the fucking tourism. The place is terrible.
Yeah, listen, everybody likes to glorify these places like Paris, London.
Don't go to any city.
I'm-
If you are going to a country for tourism, just don't go to any city. Come enjoy the countryside. It's better.
I treat them the exact same as cities in the U.S. Just piles of shithole dabbled with good things, which is why all those shitty people are there.
Because fucking cities just suck. Don't live in them.
Okay, I looked at a picture of comparing Texas to I'll post it in podcast references. That's just Texas.
Yeah, Britain's pretty small.
Yeah, apparently New Zealand is actually larger than UK by
Only
10%.
Yeah, it's not that much.
That's really funny.
Could be worse. You could be Irish.
Two silly little islanders. I'm just kidding.
England is still bigger than Scotland and Wales, so get fucked.
I don't know.
Subhumans.
I don't know anything about Irish people. I thought I did until my buddy, or I know a buddy from Ireland that came to the U.S. and he was like, "Oh yeah, Northern Ireland is a shithole.
Yeah, because it's run by England.
Don't go there." Yeah, he said, "Yeah, the English just do whatever they want there. They don't give a fuck about us." And I was like, "Okay, never going to Ireland."
Don't,
Or at least
don't go to England. This
Don't
place
go to
sucks.
Northern Ireland. As for England, I didn't know there was a countryside. I'm going to be honest. I'd assumed the size of it would just, and the amount of people there would just mean that like the whole area was like one
no.
big country.
Fuck no. The south is pretty heavily dominated, but that's only because London is fucking down there. But there's quite a lot of rolling hills and farm area out here, and it's nice.
Oh, I remember watching this episode of like obese kids in the UK. Apparently, there's a whole fucking like series on that.
Yeah.
Weird. This 5-year-old was the average weight of a 17-year-old, which was like 100 and something pounds.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, I need a translator. This woman is speaking a language I don't know.
I think she may have been Scottish then.
It's English, but good God, it's barely English. I understood like 1 out of every 10 words spoken. But it was just enough for me to hate that woman for how she treats her son.
Yeah.
I absolutely love thick accents, though. Something about it is the fact that we're speaking the same language, but you're just speaking it so differently. So fucking weird. Not
I think
you, personally.
my favorite... Yeah, no, because my accent, honestly, isn't that thick.
Different accents, cunt.
Yeah. Fucking down under.
Down under? We're further
Yeah,
down
I
under,
always love people describing thick accents as fucking spider language. Always makes me laugh.
Speaking gobbledygook.
Whoa. You can't say that.
Well, yes, I can.
Gobbledygook. The phrase
okay.
itself is fine.
Yeah, just don't pronounce it the other way.
What's the other one? What?
Gobbledygook.
Don't!
I'm sure it's fine.
No, it isn't. The robots will hear us.
The robots will hear us.
They're listening.
And
They're listening.
And they will not forgive you.
I'm in your house.
Cool bug fact is...
One day you will have to answer for your crimes, and God may not be
And
so
God
merciful.
may not be so merciful.
I love that video. I showed so many people that video and nobody laughed, so I just sort of felt like shit.
You're like in a party, be like, look at this cool video. Everyone's like staring at you. You just huddle in the corner and be like, I'll just sit by myself.
Oh my god, that happened at work all the time because, you know, people from work widely are different.
Yeah, I've always don't share your real interests with people you meet in real life because they ain't gonna share them with you.
Well, some of them do. Some of them are just different. But I would show them a couple memes, they'd laugh, and then I'd show them a couple, they'd be like, "This is just fucking retarded." And I'm like, "That's the point. It's supposed to be turn your brain
It's
off,
absurd.
silly humor."
Yeah, no, I've never discussed my real interests with people I meet in real life. Because who exactly am I going to talk to about blasting rope to Nicole Waterson? Who am I going to talk to about that?
Work people.
What people?
You're go to London. You're
Go to London.
your nearest
They will-
furry convention.
Fuck no.
Oh my god! Imagine going to a furry convention. And you're like, "Oh no!" and then they all start speaking in an English accent, and you're like, "Oh god!"
I never want to go to any conventions ever because I know that the people there are subhuman.
I went to an anime con once
Why?
because my ex had wanted me to
Okay.
at the time.
You fucking said anime con and all I can think is of just that really old YouTube video. It's called Garugamesh.
This shit was anime fans from the South. All right,
Oh!
so this was bad.
60% black people that like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. 40%
Arigato.
the worst people.
No, it wasn't even that. It was okay. Now cross-dressing, whatever, fine, okay. Do what you got to do to be fun, have fun.
I could blast rope to this, yeah.
But God, don't come on meth. The shit was real. There was I went to an event where a guy
No, that reminds
was
me
do-
of.
was
oh,
doing-
that
he was
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
hold on one second. He was doing
Yeah.
stand-up comedy, and he just goes, "I'm gonna run," and then deadbolts into the fucking door and keels over backwards and just lays there and starts wailing. It was so funny. He should have won that talent show. That took real commitment to slam your head into that metal frame so hard that the paramedics had to come. That shit was fucking banger. Of course, there was the Smash tournament that you had to sign up for. I didn't sign up for it, but I saw people really upset and raging.
Yeah.
There were all these different shops and conventions, whatever. But the icing on the cake was they had these like LARPing swords and shields, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna play around with my friends a little bit. And so we're kind of like sparring a little bit, you know, you tap, you lose, or you get tapped, you lose. And the sweatiest fucking guy comes up, and he's like really trying to get me to spar him. Like he does this a lot, obviously, because I just saw him with his friends, and they were like doing all these like intricate things. And he got so upset when I didn't want to do that. I was like, oh, I just want to play with my friends over here. I thought it'd be fun. And he goes, why don't you want to do it against me, huh? You think you're gonna lose? And I'm like, probably. I don't give a shit. I just want to play the game. I just want to play. And he got so upset. And he was just kind of like going off on me, so I left. And I was like, what? Imagine caring that much.
Because conventions attract the biggest degenerates. But back on to what I was going to say. You saying the dude who was on meth at the Anime Con remind me of Rainforest and the guys that were boosting nitrous oxide in their rooms.
Yeah.
And that also reminds me of fucking Tumbles the Stair Dragon, which is the funniest fucking thing I think I've ever heard.
I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Oh my god, let me tell you about Tumbles the Stair Dragon. Tumbles the Stair Dragon was a furry, and I don't remember the full details of the story, but all I remember is he was at a furry convention, and he just said, like, I don't want to live anymore, and he flew himself down, like, a flight of stairs, which obviously didn't kill him. He just got injured, and then he just got wheeled out by paramedics, and it's the funniest fucking thing ever.
So fucking awful.
Because I believe he was also in his fursuit at the time. So imagine this fucking dude in his fursuit. He goes, I don't want to live anymore, and he throws himself down like a flight of stairs that's only like 20 steps.
Oh, it's so fucking awful. We don't condone self-harm or violence, but God, if you're gonna do some shit, it better be funny.
Do something like, be like Tumbles the Stair Dragon. He brought warmth to the millions of people's hearts.
Oh man.
Oh.
Fucking.
No, but for real though.
Who's my Max? I'm so angry that he didn't join this episode because I really wanted him to talk about some of the lol cows that he's seen recently.
Recently?
Yeah, he introduced me to a guy. I think it's called the Living God.
Low tier god?
Low tier god, that's what it is.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he's a huge lol cow. One of my favorite tidbits about him is how he thinks pissing in toilets is dirty, so he pisses in bowls.
What?
Yeah, that's real. He thinks pissing in a toilet is dirty and disgusting, so he just pisses in bottles.
Ooh, that's gross.
There was also the time where it looked like he was gonna hit his girlfriend live on stream. Because she was just poking fun at him for losing a match. I don't remember what, like Street Fighter or something. And he legitimately got upset by it. He was gonna like actually like throw down with her.
You should main Urian now.
Low tier god is a fucking loser. The only good thing he's ever given us is one, an example of how not to be a good human being, and two, you should kill yourself now. There was also that time he lost to a paraplegic.
Oh man.
There was this time he lost to a fucking paraplegic mutant man. That's disrespectful, but it's real. There was this fucking guy called Broly Legs. He's in the Street Fighter community, and he's like I believe his arms are atrophied. Like, or he's got like that thing where like some people have, where it's like they can only move around by moving their torso. Except he has like just one foot that works, and he faced off against Low Tier God and he won. And the funny thing is, Low Tier God got so mad about this because he's a big fucking loser.
I I looked up low tier god because he plays Street Fighter and he plays Smash Bros. And I went, you know who else used to play Street Fighter? DSP.
Yeah.
Dark Side Phil.
Here's something else. Low tier god lost against DSP. they actually fought one time on a Street Fighter and he lost. I looked up the video. Imagine you lose to DSP in anything. You are fucking never living that down.
Oh my god.
That's gonna haunt you to your dying days.
Oh man, that's just fucking cruel.
You fucking lose to DSP.
Clash of the Giants, all right. But
yeah, low tier god, he's kind of a funny one.
Do you think the same group of people who troll low tier god are the same people who troll DSP, or do you think they have like their own separate factions?
Probably separate factions, but there is probably a little overlap.
No, I looked up a lolcow website one time where I pulled that legendary image that I can't show.
Well, I don't know what the image is.
You do, because I sent it to you, and you told me, what the fuck, I'm actually going to kill you. It was the one with the guy bending over with the eye in his anus.
Oh, right.
I got that off a lolcow website.
What? It was. Now I remember.
It's so fucking funny, and I love it so much.
Yeah, lolcows are a funny breed. Too bad they're really depressing if you just, don't laugh at them.
Yeah.
Shout out Cosmo Wright. Oh, that one's bad.
Sorry, I'm looking at the I'm looking at different. I'm trying to look at lolcows.
Speedrunner lolcows are always probably the most depressing to me because a lot of people in the speedrun community are just sad. Mainly the runs that sort of fall from grace. It's like you kind of see their descent, and it's like, oh, that's depressing. For the most part, yeah. Lolcows are either for a good laugh or to deeply disturb you.
Yeah, man, it makes me so sad because I'm rewatching the Chris Chan documentary. Because I'm
back to him.
I'm forcing my girlfriend to watch it with me.
Why would you do that?
Because she has to know.
No, she doesn't. Your relationship is going to end in a few days.
We're on part 14.
God.
And I just keep thinking back to myself. There's that whole debacle. Do you blame the trolls? Do you blame him? Do you blame your parents? It's everybody, but I think that he could only help himself.
I blame the internet at large because it was very obvious Chris was massively autistic. Yeah. And it's the thing of being exposed to the internet at a young age, especially if you're autistic, just fucks you up. Yeah. So it's like, I just blame the internet on the whole for what happened to him.
Yeah, that's true. And then they started trolling him in real life, and that's when that sort of crossed a line, because then how is he supposed to know, real from fake?
Yeah, it just fucked with him mentally.
Yeah, I hate
the best thing to do, if you find a lolcow or just somebody that posts cringy content, just leave them. Just let them. Don't fuck with them. Don't do anything to them. Otherwise, you will fuck them up, and they will stop producing the stuff you love to look at.
Yeah, when it comes to lolcows, just watch.
It's like an endangered species. Don't approach it. Don't fuck with it. Just watch.
Let the funny come to you, but don't. Hold
on. Don't force it. Don't ruin it.
Don't ruin what was good. Now, I'm currently on the Liquid Chris saga, which was the guy who pretended to be Chris. I like that only because it's indirect trolling. It's not somebody antagonizing him, like forcing him to post videos, or they're not like calling him stupid and retarded. This guy is just pretending to be Chris, and it's funny. And then the real Chris gets real upset about it, of course. But he could have just easily ignored it. It's I guess indirect trolling is some of my favorite, because it's not just somebody calling him stupid, or it's not just somebody forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do. It's entirely up to Chris what he does with this information.
This episode has been a fucking roller coaster of topics.
It's really been you know what's, now that I think about it, I almost said train wreck, but then I was going to get into topics that I've never ridden a train before.
You've never ridden a train?
No.
Never?
No, not
That's
once.
Even I've done that.
There is literally, like, the train system in the U.S. is non-existent.
We have trains. What? What?
To be fair, America could fit, like, a New Zealand in there.
Arkansas is almost twice the size, or Arkansas is half the size of New Zealand.
It's because just getting a rail system set up across an area that fucking big has to be a nightmare to coordinate and keep everything intact.
Yeah. I don't know. I would like trains, but I also don't know the negatives of trains. So, here's what I do know, though. I started recently, not recently, but for the past, like, 2 years, I've been taking the bus.
Uh-huh.
Because our city has a public bus system, but nowhere else in the state does, I don't think. So I've learned that two types of people ride the bus. People who ride it for convenience and people who ride it because they have to. And I learned that when you are packed to the brim, being in your car just is a dream.
Yeah.
Because I drive a car, of course. But I take the bus because gas is expensive and parking at the college is a nightmare. So what I do is I just take the bus because it drops me off basically in the college, and I could just go to it when I'm done with class. But when you're crowded and people are screaming, or there was a guy, you know that joke, that Facebook joke, where if you're high in a car and an officer pulls you over, and the officer says, "How high are you?" You say, "No, officer, it's hi, how are you?" There was a group of people practicing that for 30 minutes on the bus. Practicing it.
It's because the issue is with public transport is you have to interact with the public. And the public suck.
Yeah, I was going to say, the public fucking sucks. And here's one of those things, if everybody was like me, everybody in the world acted like I did, I think public transport would be much better. I think, because I don't talk to anybody. I just sort of sit there, play on my phone, whatever. If everybody played on their phone and just didn't talk, it'd be a much more pleasant experience.
It would.
Now, of course, you can't make that happen. Now that I'm thinking about the bus, I have a really funny story. It's a little embarrassing, but it was like one of my first ever times riding the bus. I was riding the bus home, and this bus driver is nuts. He's like, every opportunity he gets, he just slams on the accelerator, and then when he needs to, he slams on the brakes. So often people are being like flung around in this bus. There was this really short Asian man in front of me, and he would lean into me like an embracing couple. Whenever he would accelerate.
How old were you?
I'm fucking 21.
Okay.
And this man is probably in his like 30s.
So not a pedophile at the very least.
Correct. If anything, it looked the other way around, just because this guy is so much smaller than me.
Definitely a bit touchy-feely, though.
But yeah, like he is like leaning into me like I am a wall. Eventually, he slams on the accelerator, so he leans back into me, and then he brakes. So the guy goes tumbling forward, but I grab him because I don't want him to fall over. So I grab him by the sort of midsection area, the stomach and like boob area.
Yeah.
And I hold him to me, and he gives me the most rancid look, like I'm the problem. And I look at him and I go, I got you. The most sour look ever, and I just thought that was so funny. I got you. Oh, so funny. Other than that, Arkansas is like the 5th fattest state, so I can already tell you that our buses need some nitro just to get up a fucking hill. Some people take up 2 spots. Some people in their bag take up 3. But I'm usually the first one on the bus, or I'm the last one on the bus. So I'm not usually ever bothered by seats.
I was about to say, if you put a seat on a bus chair, fuck you, but then I remembered, oh yeah, that means somebody you don't know would have to sit next to you. Never mind, keep doing what you're doing.
I don't think you should. I think you should. Because, well, no, you know what? Never mind. People could stand.
Yeah.
Maybe if like there's like maybe if somebody has like a disability or a lady's pregnant, I'll move my seat. But you are fine to stand. I stand on the bus a lot. It's kind of fun, especially when he's bouncing around. Especially when he's bouncing around like that, because then you just get to stand there and use the guardrail.
Of me, I'm not gonna lie. That is probably the most autistic thing I've heard today.
What? Standing on the bus?
Yeah, I stand on the bus and he bounces around, and it's fun.
No, it's just I mean, when you're in a seat and you're fucking like, fucking clowning around everywhere, but when you're standing, you have a lot more. I don't know, leverage.
By the way, small pieces of advice: don't fall asleep on public transport.
Have you done that before?
No, I'm just saying, don't do that. Because I remember the story of the dude that. You almost have?
What?
Yeah. The buses lure you into a false sense of security.
Yeah.
They think, yeah, no, of course I could just catch a few winks. Don't do that. I still remember the story of one dude in, Canada who fell asleep on a bus, and then this crazy dude came up and just literally cut his face off.
I think
Jesus
I saw
Christ.
that. I think I saw that before, yeah.
Just don't fall asleep on public transport. You need to be prepared.
Now, like a full rotation of buses takes about 40 minutes. I can stay alive for about 40 minutes. Stay awake, I mean, not alive.
No, they mean the same thing in this context. Go ahead.
No, the worst that's going to happen to me if I overstay on the bus is some homeless guy is going to pickpocket me.
Yeah. Just don't fall asleep on the bus. Simple as.
I mean, yeah, I don't live in the best part. I live in kind of the low income housing area. But you know what? That's fine. I have personal connections with some homeless people. I'm sure I can get a little small militia up for about $10.
By connections to the homeless people, I mean they don't mug me sometimes.
Sometimes.
No,
I've learned the
shout to
trade.
the homeless people listening to this podcast. You guys are the real ones.
You guys are the real ones. No, if there's 3 things you should know about Arkansas, food's good, meth is good, and
the homeless are friendly.
Homeless are everywhere. Unless you're in southern Arkansas, where it's a food desert.
Homeless people are put to death.
That's Canada.
Firing squads.
Oh my god! Have we ever talked about that on this podcast? Do you think?
I don't feel like we should, mainly because it's like anything with common sense would be like, yeah, this is fucked.
Yeah, I wanted to just say, yeah, this is fucked.
Yeah, Canada, please get your shit together.
Yeah, Tell you what, we'll start a smear campaign from Facebook, and we'll get Canada annexed. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Pop America will come save you. Quit giving me the stink.
Just like it saved Vietnam.
Quit giving me that stink eye Mexico. You're next. America. Ugh. Yeah, it's about time to wrap up. Any closing thoughts?
This episode was a fucking train wreck. Could you call it that?
We could call it the train wreck.
Yeah, because not a single coherent thought was said today.
It's just a big flow of thoughts.
This was a big ramble. Really. This was the rambling episode.
Brainless.
The rambling episode.
Man. Yeah, I'm a rambling man.
Oh, I got a closing thought. Have you ever been on a train that has like the sleeping compartments?
No.
The like overnight ones? Those are the ones I want to try out.
Because Britain isn't fucking big enough for that.
That's fair. I've looked into trying to trains because I think it'd be fun just to ride one.
Okay.
The problem is what?
That is the most autistic thing I've heard tonight.
What? Wanting to ride a train?
I looked into trains.
Well, I looked into like luxury trains, like the ones that do like the show.
No, I get it. No, you have your preferences.
I just wanted to see what those were like.
I mean, would you fuck a train?
Is it hot?
Yeah.
What kind of train?
Fucking...
Kind of train?
What about the bullet trains?
Oh, sounds good.
I feel like if you had to grade trains on sexual attraction, I feel like bullet trains would be probably the best.
Kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Because, like bullet trains, they're sleek, they're modern, they have that curvaceous design. I feel like they would have the most sexual appeal.
Have you ever seen the Bullet Train movie?
No. Well, wait, you mean like Train to Busan?
No.
No,
is there
Train.
just...
It's a movie.
It's a movie called Bullet Train. Yeah.
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it has, what's the fucking guy called? Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
Yeah, look,
it came out last year.
I really liked the movie.
What's it about?
It's really good. I enjoyed it.
It's about
a bullet train.
It's about a bullet. It's hold on. It's Brad Pitt on a bullet train trying to grab a suitcase, but like 5 other factions of people are trying to get this same suitcase, and so they're all connected. It's pretty neat.
Huh.
It's also like it also encompasses Japanese culture at the beginning pretty well, I think. I know it's weird to say that, but I think like of all the few Japanese media things I've seen, that kind of put me there more than anything else did.
Yeah, Brad Pitt, the first thing I think of when I think of Japanese culture.
All right. Well, that's all the time we got for this episode. We'll see you next week.
No, we won't.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.